Now, hello and welcome back to another episode of Mini Daily, and on today's episode we are going to be ripping a back axle out of a Mk4 Golf. Now, I haven't done it before, this is not a how-to, this is just let's see how difficult it is and get on with it. Shouldn't be too bad. By the looks of the 4 bolts drops the whole thing down. Now you obviously have to do the handbrake cables and blah blah blah. There's no exhaust on it, so that's going to make it a little bit easier. But we're going to have to make up all new copper brake lines for it. I had a look and both back axles are full-barred with the brake lines, so it'll be an NCT fill. So be rooting on to while we're in there, so join us. Right, so step one, as always, is get the car up in the air. Didn't film that because if you can't put a car up in the air on jack stands, it shouldn't be near your car. So what we need to do is get it up. We need to whip the wheels off, throw the jack in underneath it, and take the bolt out for the shock and let it down, let the springs roll out. Then we'll disconnect all the brakes and stuff like that, and we should be able to just drop it straight down. Right, as you can see, we have one removed rear axle. Now, the reason I didn't film it is because there's awkward camera angles and stuff like that, and you probably wouldn't see much. So the easiest thing to do is show you with it out. There's your problem. As you can see, there's nothing from there to there. That bush shouldn't come out in your hand. So what we needed to do to remove it, where is it? That's basically all the bolts you need to take out. You need a 13mm to take off this banjo bolt for the brake lines. So that goes into your caliper, and you have two 13s here and here at the back of your caliper. Now what I did is I dropped the calipers and put it down under the car. It just saves me messing around with the handbrakes. Handbrake cables and stuff like that. So them flexis were full barred, so I just cut them. And then what you have is you have an 18mm bolt going through here, and you have two 16mm bolts going through here, and you have to unclip the handbrake underneath here. There's a weird kind of clip that you have to take out, and you have to clip out the ABS sensors both sides, and you literally just drop it down and push it back. So if you're any way a competent mechanic at all, this is an easy enough job. Now what we have to do is we're going to have to swap all the hard lines over. They're not bad actually on this one. I thought they were, so we don't have to go messing with that, but we need to order 2 flexis for this. And we need to swap the discs over and stuff onto the new subframe. So, and we also need to take the shocks off this as well. If you're doing it on the ground like that, I'd suggest it'd be easier to take out this to change over the shock, because them bolts are going to be there a while, so they're going to take a little bit of force to take off, a bit of WD and a couple of minutes. Now the springs, them springs don't look too healthy. I might see if I have something up there. Now in saying that, it probably won't fail an NCT, but you never take the chance. I'm going to have a look at that one as well. You might need to order 2 springs for it actually. But other than that, this seems to, well, this is full-barred, but this seems to be a handy enough job to do. So I have Mini-Me with me today, and he was the one that actually jacked up the car. So as I said, if you don't have the competency to jack up a car, stay away from the tools. So we shall bring you back in when we are removing all of this, and we'll go from there. Right, so basically I have the new axle in, or the new to this car axle in. What I want to do is just put a jack in this side and jack it up. You can see your holes there, and then the far side, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to lift it up into place. And again, as I said, dodgy camera angles, you can't really see. Don't worry about that, it's not seen. There's lovely new discs on that, so I'm going to take them off and fit them there, and they'll be lovely. So join us when we have the 2 bolts in for the axle. Right, so as you can see, all of that is back in. Subframe's looking nice. It's not where I hit it with a hammer, but I can just give that a touch up. So the brake lines are ran. Now with these springs, because it's a solid beam axle, the easiest way of putting them in is to lift one side up just to the point where the spring touches the cone in here, and pull it across, and then jack it up ever so slightly and go around the far side. And because of, I don't know, whatever physics, the other side will be slightly lower, so you'll be able to just pull the spring into place. And as soon as you have that done, jack it up and stick in your 2 bolts, one there, and you have bolt in down here, and bolt that back in, and that holds the whole axle back in place, and then just tighten everything up as you go. And then the next step is to try and clean up these backing plates and carriers, and then we have our ABS sensors connected, and then we have to run our 2 new flexi hoses in there, and we should be good to go. Right, so we have 2 new flexis. So one side is an 11mm and this side here is a 14. So what we're going to do is, I don't know if you can see, probably not, no you can't, but that is the flexis for there. So the only thing we've left to do now is get them flexis on and fit the handbrake properly. That's that weird little clip that goes on there, and that stops the handbrake moving. So that just, as you can see, just kind of clicks on. They're harder to take off than they are to put back on, which is unusual, but yeah, trying to do that one-handed is not a good idea. So that's that. So the last step is to get the flexis on, bleed the brakes, and stick on some exciting new wheels that are hidden in behind that bush.